A reader by the name of Bama says, it says on Wikipedia that Disturbed have covered songs by Genesis, Tears for Fears, and Faith No More. What's the deal? Genesis don't seem like the sort of band that would influence your music.
Well, it wasn't done to be from a band that influenced us. We did it to turn it into one of our songs. And
right.
I mean, and I respect what Genesis has accomplished, and I think we were probably more of Peter Gabriel fans when he was with Genesis.
Right.
But the song, Land of Confusion, it had a great message, great lyrics to it. It fit with the content of our music, and it was another challenge for us to take a song that was more of a pop rock success and to turn it into a Disturbed song and put our stamp on it the best we can. And we like doing things that are going to be challenging. It definitely had some good syncopation to it. I thought that by doing Mikey's style of drumming and my guitar riffs,
yeah.
and David doing what he does vocally with it, that we can turn it into a Disturbed song the best we can. I mean, it's just like Van Halen doing You Really Got Me, a Kinks song, or did anybody question, Motley Crue doing a Beatles Helter Skelter?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I would question.
Yeah. But, there's been a number of bands throughout the year, that have covered stuff
Sure.
that isn't so rock. Our thought at the time was we didn't really want to pick something that's already heavy and already rock
right.
and just cover that. We wanted to take something and turn it into ours. And go ahead.
Some time ago you told me that you were going to do, and this reader mentioned it, Midlife Crisis by Faith No More. It's not on the record. Is it a B-side?
We tracked it, and that to us is paying tribute to a band that influenced us and that we were fans of. And we tracked the song. It turned out great. And when it came down to deciding the album, that one was on the fence. But we had so much of the original material that we wanted to shape the album with and be heard. And so that could have kind of gone either way at the moment, but we decided it came out really good. Let's leave it off and just see if there's something more suitable, so that it will see the light of day somewhere, whether it's a soundtrack or bonus track somewhere. And that was the decision made for leaving it off and hoping that it'll be heard somewhere down the line.
And finally, Imported Carlos asks, how disturbed are you, and does it help your playing?
It's funny. I guess some people are joking around and asking, now that I have a 4-year-old daughter and my son was born last June, is that going to change the way I'm writing? Am I going to be like writing Barney riffs or something?
Right.
But luckily that hasn't been the case. Maybe it makes me a little bit more angry and disturbed that I'm stuck watching a lot of these shows with them. So I find my outlet to take my anger out on some of the riffs. And I don't know. I've just always, in some way, been inspired by the heavier classic metal bands,
right?
And that's just the way we know how to write, and that's it. I don't see that changing. I couldn't. I played in another band before Disturbed got signed. I played in another band that was more of a little bit bluesier 70s influenced band, and the band was great. But I didn't really have much to offer to that band. I could play the parts, but as far as writing that type of stuff, it wasn't really what I do.
Right.
And so when forming Disturbed, just something that comes more natural to me. I like writing this style of music.
Well, Dan, thank you for spending some time with me.
Thanks, Joe.
I had a great time. This is Joe Basso from Music Radar, the place for music makers, and I've been speaking with Dan Donegan from the band Disturbed. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.